Hey, guess what, Blog Buddies? Surprise! We have a special weekend surprise talkie blog, because I never do them on the weekends.
You don't?
No, but we got so much stuff here because we started talking with Suzanne Whang from House Hunters and Las Vegas and SuzanneWhang.com, right? And we started talking about something I read about on her website. Here, take a look. I couldn't not show this to you because it really is kind of incredible. Take a look. I read your website because I went through, you know, I do my research. And there was this part about The Secret and Oprah. And I need you to elaborate because I loves me some Oprah. By the way, hi Oprah.
Okay, so this is such a crazy story. So, I had been reading books about the law of attraction for a while, and you know, I love to read. I'm like a voracious reader, and watching DVDs or listening to CDs that are about growing spiritually, mind, body, spirit, anything, you know, interesting to sort of challenge myself. So then somebody tells me to watch this movie, The Secret, and I watched this movie in my living room at home, and I was literally like jumping up and down and clapping and laughing and running around because I felt like this would be a great way for the masses to sort of get the beginning of the understanding of the law of attraction and quantum physics, because it's a really simple principle, but people go, quantum physics, but there was something about the way the DVD was presented that was really, you know, easy to understand and sort of fun. So I bought 100 copies of it. I spent $3,000 of my own money buying copies of it because I wanted to give it to everyone that I love, all my family members, friends, all the people that work for me. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to spread the love, like pay it forward. And then I remember Oprah saying that when she read Marianne Williamson's book, A Return to Love, she bought 1,000 copies of it because she loved it so much, and she gave it to everyone she loves, but she's got, like, you know, more family and friends than me. So I thought, I should send this to Oprah, right? Because I hope she would watch it and love it and do a show about it. So I wrote a letter, and I Federal Expressed it over to Harpo, and I put the DVD, and basically the letter said, you know, my name's Suzanne Whang, and I introduced myself, and I said, I watched this movie, and I loved it so much that I bought 100 copies of it, and I remember that you did something similar, you know, with Marianne Williamson's book, and my dream is that you will watch it, you will love it, and you will do a show about it. Because this is the way I live my life, and I think it's the way
Just a bug.
You live your life, right?
Yes.
So then I forgot about it. So then like a month and a half later, I'm in my car, right? And my cell phone rings, and I never answer my cell phone if I don't recognize the number, right? You don't answer the phone when
sometimes
you
I do. Really? Sometimes I think it's fun. It's like Russian roulette. And it's always like a distant cousin, like, hi Ross, remember me?
Oh my God, that's so scary. Because I assume it's going to be someone trying to sell me something.
Okay.
So I'm not going to pick it up, and then a little voice comes and says, you're going to want to pick up this call. So I'm like, okay. So I pick it up, hello, and it's someone from Oprah Winfrey's office. She's like, Suzanne, hi, I'm from Oprah Winfrey's office. I'm like, and I said, shut up. And I started giggling, and I said, oh, that's so funny because I never pick up my phone when I don't recognize the number, and a voice told me to pick it up, and she goes, I'm about to tell you why. And she says,
by the way, right now I would need toilet paper.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I had to pull over. I was like, what?
Oh, man.
So then she says to me, listen, Suzanne, I need to tell you that I never call anyone ever who sends something over here because we get billions of pieces of mail. So I never call anyone, number one. Yesterday, because this was a Monday morning, she goes, yesterday, over the weekend, a friend of mine dragged me to his house and forced me to watch this movie, The Secret. I loved it. I'd never seen it before, but I didn't own it. I come in the next morning and I open your package. She's like, if that's not the law of attraction, she goes, I had to call you and tell you. And then she says, Oprah has not seen this movie. You're the first person to send it to her. We're on our way to South Africa for 6 weeks.
Oh my God.
You know, we're going to go and like, I'm going to bring the DVD and I'm going to have her watch it. And I said, oh my God, that's so exciting. And I said, so in 6 weeks, I'll call you and follow up. And so she goes, great. So I hang up the phone. I'm literally like, oh my God. I mean, again, what are the chances that my piece of mail
would be the one
would get through? And she had never seen it. It had been out for a year. The movie had been out and about for a year, so that's just really unlikely. And then, of course, I thought to myself, oh, someone else probably sent it to her. She probably already saw it, which is what most people think. But then I thought, wait a minute. If she's seen it, why hasn't she done a show about it? Just send it to her anyway. So I sort of got over that hump of like, oh, someone else has done it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to do it anyway. Like, what would it hurt?
What would it hurt? Hello, email Suzanne Whang kind of thing.
Exactly.
Like, all right, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally.
So, 6 weeks later, I'm supposed to call the next morning. I wrote it in my date book when to call to follow up, right? 6 weeks later, I'm at a coffee shop waiting for my friend who's late, and I'm sitting there sipping my green tea, waiting for her. And this man who's sitting like 3 tables over with a bunch of his friends looks at me, gets up, comes and sits, like doesn't even stand there and say hi. He just pulls up a chair and sits at my table for two. And he says, hi. And I go, hi. And he goes, how are you? And I say, I'm blissful. How are you? And he goes, following my bliss.
What?
And I'm like, good. And then he goes, have you ever seen the movie The Secret? And I'm like, what? And I said, not only have I seen it, and then I tell him I'm the first person to send it to Oprah, and all of a sudden he starts flipping out. He jumps up from the table, starts running around, freaking out. And I'm like, what? And he sits down and goes, do you know Oprah's doing a show about The Secret in 2 weeks?
Shut
And I'm like, shut up. No, I didn't know that. What? And then I want to call, but of course it's 2 hours later, so their office is closed. So I have to call the next morning. But I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know that? And he says, I go to Agape, and Reverend Michael Beckwith, who's in the movie The Secret, announced to our congregation that he's going to Chicago in 2 weeks to do a show about The Secret. So I'm freaking out. And then I'm like, why did you stand up from your table, come sit here and ask me if I've seen The Secret? And he says, I have no idea. So he was following his little voice. I mean, are you kidding me? Isn't that crazy? Exactly. So then I start calling and leaving messages, you know, over there, like, please let me come. You know, I just want to come and be in the audience because I'm the one that got this all started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, please let me just come and sit there because I'm the reason that this is all happening. It's so exciting because it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I leave messages over there, and then I go to Sundance Film Festival. I come back. I sort of forgot about it. I come back and I realize it's now January 29th. The taping of the show is January 31st. So it's 2 days. In 2 days is the taping. No one's called me back. Now, luckily, I've read the book, The 4 Agreements, which you haven't read. You should read The 4 Agreements. And one of the 4 agreements, it's a spiritual book, is don't take anything personally. So I realized I'm not going to take it personally that they haven't called me back. It's not, oh, they hate me. Oh, they're mean. I'm like, no, they're busy. So I'm at my house, and my boyfriend's there, and I'm like, okay, they haven't called me back, and the taping is in 2 days. And so I go, I have another divine, idea. I go, I'm just going to go. And my boyfriend goes, yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go. Yeah. So I get on the internet. JetBlue has just opened a terminal at Chicago's O'Hare Airport 2 weeks ago. It's $400 the day before, round trip, to go to Chicago. I book it. Then I'm like, where am I going to stay? I haven't been to Chicago in 20 years. Where will I stay? And I remember at the end of every Oprah show, do you know what Oprah says?
She says,
yes, so the Oprah
Magnificent Mile in downtown Chicago.
And what's the name of the hotel?
Omni Hotel.
Omni Hotel.
Yes, totally.
So I went on the internet. I'm like, Omni Hotel, and I booked myself a room. And I'm like, I'm just going to go. And my plan is, I'm just going to go.
That is so, because I would have done that. I would have been like,
yes.
Where does Oprah tell people to go? Oh my God.
So I'm going to treat myself like a guest of the Oprah show, even though I'm not a guest of the Oprah show.
Yet.
Right? Yet. So then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go, and tomorrow I'm going to fly there, and I'm going to go from O'Hare Airport to Harpo Studios, and I'm going to take my clothes off and set my hair on fire and sing a song, whatever, to get them to come out and just so that they know that I'm here, right?
But I love it.
But I'm like, you have to let me come and be, in the audience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be up on stage. I just want to sit there and go, oh my God.
To see the journey come to fruition.
Exactly.
Totally.
So the next morning, I'm on my way to, to Long Beach Airport because it's JetBlue. My friend's driving me there. And the phone rings again, but this time I'm smart because I plugged in Oprah Winfrey's office number. So now it says Oprah Winfrey.
Good.
So I answer the phone, and this voice goes, introduces himself and says that he's the producer of this segment of the Oprah show, and he got my information. And he goes, we have a seat reserved for you. We'd be so thrilled to have you join us. And I'm like,
and you're on your way to the airport.
I'm like, that's a good thing because I'm on my way to the airport. The show's wonderful. Afterwards, they do an Oprah after the show on Oxygen where I get to raise my hand and tell my story.
No!
And I told my story, and she confirmed that I was the first person. And I was like, oh my God.
Was she nice?
She was so nice. And then she has everyone get up on stage and take pictures with her, but I was sitting in the audience. So I was like, she let the people from The Secret take pictures. I'm like, can I get my picture taken? She goes, get up here, Suzanne. I take my picture with her. They FedEx it to me, and I realized that 4 months ago, I had scotch taped a photo of me next to a photo of Oprah and put it in my magical creation box.
Shut up.
And now I have a real picture
Shut
of us
up!
in my living room.
High five, people.
That's my story.
Come on, get inspired. Am I right?
Best story. And now whenever I hear anybody talking about The Secret that they saw on Oprah, I'm like, yes.
That's freaking insane.
And it's just proof that a really small gesture that you do with a lot of love and a lot of faith can absolutely freaking change the world.
High five, lady. That's rad.
So that's my Oprah story.